Welcome to Invest Insights. I'm Abby Malone. I'm joined today by Jose Lozano, the president and CEO of Choose New Jersey. Jose, thank you so much for being with me today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So we're going to be talking about this new economy that was created due to the pandemic and all the new norms associated with that. But before we look at the business side, I wanted to ask you on a personal note, what are some new personal norms that you started during the pandemic that you know you're going to carry with you into the future?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think I was a victim and I was a part of the group that fell into the Peloton fad that
Sure.
happened during
Okay.
the pandemic. And so we purchased one and we've loved it. And it's become kind of a family adventure to be a Peloton rider. So that it's been fun. It's a great way to just exercise on them and kind of sightsee around the world or just be motivated by some of the classes. Look, I think on a personal note, I have young kids and we have used the pandemic time to spend a little bit more time in making, cooking as kind of a family adventure. And I think it's something we will definitely continue moving on after this, after kind of we get through this pandemic.
Choose New Jersey is celebrating its 10th anniversary this year as an economic development organization. That's 10 years of creating jobs, expanding industries, and improving the quality of life for the residents of the state of New Jersey. What does building on the success look like for the organization as you continue to grow and mature in what has become this new normal?
Yeah, interesting way to celebrate your 10th anniversary. In the 10 years that we have been in existence, we've been responsible for assisting over 300 companies that are now calling New Jersey home and creating and retaining over 20,000 jobs. It has been a miraculous 10 years. We were created just as we were going through the last recession. And now coming about, having an organization fully responsible for assisting companies in expanding or relocating to New Jersey has been absolutely wonderful. And the challenges of the pandemic has just brought some additional light for us that we, for so long in New Jersey, kind of took for granted, right? We love that it's a wonderful place to raise a family. We have great school systems. We have a great location. We have parks. And the pandemic really highlighted the so many things that us in New Jersey have just known for so short. And we kind of never really talked about it, but it really brought a lot of light to it. And so Choose New Jersey is really spending a lot more time really highlighting those things that have come to light a bit more during the pandemic.
Going on trade missions to speak with international companies is a big part of Choose New Jersey's mandate. And obviously, the pandemic has made international travel very difficult and to keep up with an active pipeline of relocating companies and increasing trade interests. What has been done during this time to mitigate the impediment of international travel, and how might that shape your focus moving forward?
Yeah, no, that's a really good question. So a couple of things to take a step back and look at. 3 years ago, our international pipeline was about 25%. This last year in 2020, our international pipeline is about 77%. It has dramatically increased.
Yes.
And so I think international companies, as they're looking to enter the US market, they are realizing that the Northeast is the number one area to actually enter. And they're looking at New Jersey as a wonderful spot to do so. And yeah, the pandemic, we lost a little bit of momentum, but it only delayed companies' decision points. It didn't stop it.
Interesting.
And so we've had to be a little bit creative. And our team has gone out there and with their phones and done virtual tours of sites and locations. And we've done a significant amount of webinars and virtual interactions to try to keep folks engaged and really showing and seeing what New Jersey has to bring. And so as travel starts to become more lifted, as we come through the other side of the pandemic, we will see a huge pipeline of companies that are going to want to come and see very firsthand in New Jersey. But we still had quite a few companies still commit during the pandemic that wanted to come to New Jersey. So we're really excited. And this is not just a North and Central and South Jersey situation. This is the entire state of New Jersey has seen an increase in international companies.
Well, absolutely not a stranger. New Jersey is gaining popularity as a budding film market. The state's beautiful natural and urban landscapes, coupled with tax incentives, are slated to bring film professionals to the state in the near future. How important do you believe this industry will be to the economic future of the state of New Jersey? And how is Choose New Jersey currently helping to promote the growth of the film industry?
No, this is great. This governor, this administration really made the film industry a priority because he saw twofold. One, it is a wonderful economic engine to bring those local catering jobs and local carpenter jobs, and just building in an industry that was once in New Jersey, never truly left, right? There's still a bit of film industry in the New York area and the Philadelphia area. And so even though it wasn't so prominent in New Jersey, it was in some of our surrounding areas. So reinvigorating that industry has not been as hard. So much so, like in 2021, the Film Commission is predicting about a $500 million film activity, economic activity in New Jersey just in 2021, which is massive, which is huge. And so the incentives have been, I think, a huge engine to try to get folks back. I will tell you from a Choose New Jersey perspective, I love that it's also a huge marketing tool, right? So often folks have had some impressions of New Jersey that may not have been as a reality, but what we see when movies and films, commercials and shows are filmed in New Jersey, you get to see a whole different aspect of New Jersey that you never saw before. And so I think not only is it an economic engine, but it's also a really great marketing to really just put New Jersey at a different light. I am absolutely enthusiastically excited about what the film industry will bring to New Jersey in the next couple of years. We have some great shows that have been nominated for Emmys and awards that were actually filmed in New Jersey, and we have a couple of more that are going to be unveiling. I think West Side Story is coming out sometime in the next couple of months, and that was filmed mostly here in New Jersey in Paterson. And so we're really excited about what's in store for us.
When I think of the film industry, I'm a Rutgers grad, and James Gandolfini went to Rutgers, and so obviously The Sopranos played a huge part. Not only marketing New Jersey and having it be based there, and for better for worse, the TV show made a huge impact on TV in general, and it was just at the early 2000s, and it really shaped how HBO grew and other streaming networks grew based on the success of that, and it was just all in New Jersey, and what an impact it's had for the state of New Jersey even to this day.
Absolutely. And many of the major studios, from the NBCs or the Disneys, the ABCs, they are all doing some bit of work here in New Jersey. And each one will actually tell you that they've loved their experience here and they're excited to actually bring back some additional opportunities. So we're excited to see what's in store for us.
And now that we find ourselves in this new normal and this new economy, what's next for Choose New Jersey and the local economy?
So one, we are not going to slow down in the efforts that we've been working on from both the domestic side and both the international side. When it comes to the domestic side, we know that the pandemic has put some additional strains on some of our major urban cities between New York City and Philadelphia. We've worked with companies in those areas who may not want to remain in those immediate cities, but want to keep within the region. And so we're having those sort of conversations because I do believe that New Jersey is only as successful as our neighbors are. And so we need to ensure that New York continues to thrive, Philadelphia continues to thrive, because if those two thrive, New Jersey will thrive as well. But I have no problem taking a couple of companies to move across the river, each of those rivers,
Sure.
and calling New Jersey home. So our regional efforts and our domestic efforts will not go away. And we're pumping a bit of marketing dollars and resources right now to advertise and convince folks that New Jersey is a wonderful place, not only domestically, but internationally. Our international efforts we're going to hit it really hard. We have offices currently in India, and we have offices currently in Europe out of Germany who represent New Jersey's greatest interests. And those folks right now are hitting the ground really hard. And as the pandemic comes on the other side, convincing those folks to come take a good look at New Jersey. So our team will be out there full-fledged in short order, probably sometime in the early part of the fall. We will start to head out internationally and go face-to-face, because we understand that face-to-face, that people-to-people connection is really important when you're trying to convince a company to set up a secondary office.
Great. Well, thank you again. That's Jose Lozano, the president and CEO of Choose New Jersey. My name is Abby Malone, and you've been watching Invest Insights. Thank you so much, Jose.
Thanks, Abby. Have a great day.
Hey everyone, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so that you can stay up to date on the latest business trends from our knowledgeable experts. Be sure to check out the description below for more information on the segment you just watched. Thanks for tuning in.